Alright, hi guys, DreHard0 here, going off of the combos that Jin introduced. Jin, you spend a lot of time doing your introductions. It's not really needed, but it's funny as hell to watch. So for continuing on to different combos, when you're doing your threading, as well as when you're practicing any freehand, go through and stop yourself. So if you're doing a thread like this, stop yourself. Say, what can I do? Well, I can do, one of those pin switches that Tane was talking about, or you can bring it over here and pull out and reverse it. Another thing you can add into it is threading and tracing actually go hand in hand. So if you want, like going into a move like that, all it is pin, go through, and then you can take this hand and trace up your shoulder and down and go into like a butterfly stomach trace. Or when you're here, you can take this hand and trace up the glow stick and spin it out into a wrist trace. You guys get to see even more of my lovely dorm room. So going through, if you have pin here, trace up into here, go back out and pin, trace. No one ever said that once you pin you have to go straight into threading. You could, one that I love doing is pinning here, going around my head, coming out, bringing it behind my head, and bringing it back out. I'm not going to show you the combos that I use all the time because it's up to you guys to make it. That's what's beautiful about freehanding. That's some of the ideas. Also, going back through, I wanted to expand on full body threading. As Tane said, you could move your pin wherever you want, and you could actually go through and do a thread. That's one just AIM'd me. So you can actually go through, thread yourself through, pin, and keep going. Threading is very body incorporated, so the more you move, the better it looks. No one said it actually has to stay on your body when it's pinned. You can actually like shadow thread, which if you're doing some bigger, more complicated threads, sometimes just making it look like it's pinned onto your body when it's really not is one of the easier ways to do it, but it does kind of look a little bit sloppier and noobish. Also, beat matching with threading. A lot of times you can't go to the baseline unless you're doing like quick changes like this. So I suggest if you're going to practice threading, practice to the melodies, which is a little bit different than most people are used to. And then for those of you who want to learn a little bit of liquiding, going through and really throwing around your body. Also, one thing that I've been trying to work on is infinity pinning, which is, it's kind of like as you're doing a trace, you roll and like you make a pin here, and then you roll through and come out. So you can do that and come in and out. So those are just some things that I want you guys to try and expand on. So first thing is doing your pins and going into threading, or going into tracing from threading. Then full body stuff, like really throwing yourself into it. And then also you can have two pins and just use that for moves. So think about a 2-pin system. See, that was just pinned on my body and just moving it slightly. And then using my head as a thread. So there you go. And that, I tried keeping them as close as possible and didn't really make a difference in sticks. Combo building. Just go through and go really slowly. If you pin here, see if you can do a trace into here before you come out. Really, it'll really help if you practice a lot of different traces and get it used to how your body moves. If you're doing one of these that I was doing earlier, once you're here, carrying it over like that, and then infinity threading, which is just that. It kind of looks like a butterfly trace, but it's a very strict pivot around your arm. So if you're going here and you pivot. So yeah, that's just some things I wanted to add.